Hello everyone, Loremaster Sotek here, back with another episode of the Ikit Claw campaign. I know, it's been a while, trying to get back into things. 3K, of course, was a little bit of an interruption on everything, but that's okay. I think everyone's been enjoying it, at least to some extent. So let's not waste too much time and go ahead and get into it. So we need to take over Sartosa, of course, and then I need to deal with these Bretonnians. Looks like... Okay, looks like I ended this turn. Or I still need to actually end this turn. Hope you're all doing well. Things have been very, very busy around here. Trying to get back into getting at least somewhat of a normal schedule as far as uploads is concerned. All the 3K madness literally just threw a massive wrench into my face. But it's good to be back. I'm going to be releasing a schedule with this video, which I can go ahead and talk about since we're in some intern times. But basically the schedule that I'm going to be trying my damnedest to get used to, and knowing me, it's going to take a while, but, you know, got to start somewhere, is essentially our goal is going to be to release a Total War Warhammer video, campaign video, every Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 7 a.m. Then do a YouTube live stream every day, or every weekday. So Monday, Wednesday, or Monday through Friday at 8 a.m. And then have for like 3 to 4 hours roughly. And then finally to have a afternoon stream on Twitch every day in the week. Ooh. Overseers noticed that Skaven slaves have recently been less productive. An investigation reveals that they are avoiding certain shortcuts because of ominous noises from the depths. Dispatched to investigate, your lord returns with the news of an abandoned laboratory. Inside there was a single artifact, a box producing very unsettling noises. So we can get an item, which is really good. This is mine, it'll come in handy, yes, yes. Destroy the demon, which really, really helps with the experience for our character, which is pretty interesting. Pay a finder's fee, or investigate the box for a 50% research rate. Oh, I think this is our warlock engineer though, and to upgrade my box to the, I gotta take the tech. Sorry, Ikit Claw would not stand for anything other than researching it. Gotta do it. Gotta do it. Okay, so let's do this. Let's move everybody out to sea and just wipe him out. Get these stupid Bretonnians out of here. Nice. Let's sell them off. Alright, let's get Renowned and Feared, and let's get him on a Doomflare. Because that's always fun. I think the last episode we had before this was us talking about how they released the most recent patch. I think was the thing they did before this. And I was actually legitimately very, very worried it was going to break my saves. And I'm super glad it didn't. I mean, that's good for me, and of course that's good for me and Professor Pone, who are, of course, playing a campaign together. I think I want to focus on Skaven Blight. So, what else was I going to build here? Getting a Pox Cauldron here would be super nice. And there went all my money. Hopefully I have enough to steal some tech. Yeah. Nice. Good job, little man. Ballistics calibration. And then I'm gonna send you... What do? You damage walls? Then let's send you over here. That way we can just farm him up to be spooky. Oh, actually, I guess, you know what? I guess it's time to go ahead and put him in this army. But, I'm glad to see that Three Kingdoms is doing really well. Of course, it is officially the highest selling Total War game of all time. Defensive Alliance? Sure. Yeah, we'll be friends with you, person that I've built an undercity underneath. So I can mine all your sweet, sweet relics. It's a funny thing about this, because the Skaven actually interacted with the Tomb Kings fairly rarely, even though they are rather... the Skaven do like going after Tomb King things, but they're of course very scared of the Tomb Kings, because the Tomb Kings use a lot of nasty traps and other horrifying magics to defend their tombs. But one of the big stories between the two of them is, of course, involving Thanquol, which cracks me up so much. Thanquol actually fought against a really, really famous Tomb King named King Far, which is Phar. And King Far is probably the most... he's probably the most famous non-special character Tomb King. He shows up in a fair amount of stories and all sorts of other crazy stuff. Oh, okay, we've got a new Undercity. Let's do arms and armor, and then I'm gonna go fight Orion. We're gonna send him to take Sartosa. Sure, I'll go knock it down to level 3. Restore the port. Get the pawn shop running. Let's get the money-making building up. Public order. Wine. And that's pretty much it. God, I need so much more money. All the wood elves are just huddling around me. Okay, so we now have an Undercity in Paravon. Delightful. Oh yeah, I own Sartosa. Expansion is planning, it's fine. But overall, things have been good. I want to finish my Dongzhou campaign. I don't think I'll play 3K probably too much after Dongzhou comes out. I don't know. Oh, that reminds me. So I should probably put this in a separate video, but I'm going to talk about it during the live stream and of course today. If you're interested in picking up 3K, this video is going to be coming out on, I think it's Wednesday, the 29th, May 29th. If you look in the description or the top comment below this video, the pinned comment, I have a link that will take you to a website called Fanatical, where you can pick up any game, well, most games, on Steam for pretty ludicrous sales. They have sales going all the time. I try not to advertise it super heavily because I don't want to bother the shit out of people, but they have a pretty phenomenal discount going on Three Kingdoms for one more day. And of course, you can pick up any game on Steam there. Well, most games on Steam, and a lot of the time they have really nice discounts running. And if you ever use that reference link that you see down in the description to get there, then of course a small measure of each purchase helps support the channel. So it's a good way for you to save money, and for you save a little money, I make a little money, everybody wins. And it's just a helpful way to help what I do here. And, oh my gosh, we are spreading like crazy. Okay, I just need to focus on buildings that produce lots of money, because, like, that's going to be the easiest way to increase my income, is just by spamming the muns. Alright, okay, I'm cool beelining Fort right for him. I don't think he can beat us in a fight.
Sorcerer, inventor, yes, yes.
Oh my gosh, our research rate is so high. It's great. I think after Fight Dirty we'll do... How much longer do I have that buff for? 8 turns, nice. So I think after we get this one, we're going to do Twisted Beyond Recognition and Unfathomable Horrors just to knock it out while it's really, really easy to do. But yeah, so if you want to pick up Three Kingdoms, I think it's 18% off, so it's like $49 or something like that instead of $60. You can pick that up there or any other games you want. Some other stuff I'm super excited is that Chaos Bane releases later this week, which I'm going to do a big video on later. I'll probably release it tomorrow because I think I want to try and do like episodic shows like this one, the Total War series on Monday, Wednesday, Friday. And then on Tuesdays and Thursdays, I want to release more usual videos. So, for instance, that's when I would want to release new lore episodes for whatever series I'm working on, like Carrick 8 Peaks Weeks, or release like a review video on a game, or like do an announcement about Chaos Bane and all that kind of crazy stuff. That way there's kind of a balance of like regular content on certain days, and then, of course, having... you know, some of the more typical stuff. But at night, occasionally I might release, you know, different kinds of videos in the sense of, like if there's like an important announcement to make or any of that jazz. Yeah, let's knock that out.
Master Engineer.
Alright, we're making this guy into a fighter. Really wish they would remove Warpstone tokens off of Blade Priest. That bothers me more than it should, but oh well. What else makes money? Raiding Camp makes money. And speaking of money, I'm out. Yeah, he's immortal now. Yes. So we don't have to worry about him being killed. And then we're going to get a good fight in, because we're going to kill the King in the Wood. I would normally auto-resolve this, especially because I have an advantage and Orion's kind of a not fun opponent, but oh my gosh, what is killing us so bad from the Under Empire? My god, minus 23? Oh, you know what? That's because of the changes they made. Now I think about it. I forgot, they updated, when they updated this build, they made it so that the Under Empire was a lot less profitable in regards to food, so we're gonna have to take a look at our Empire and fix that. Which is probably gonna require not only us building a lot more Under Empire slots, but some other stuff. Speaking of which, I think now that we've got, well, I probably will keep that guy in Athel Loren until we have all of Athel Loren infected. But I also need to go ahead and hopefully get a Warlock Engineer set up very, very, very soon to head over to, like, Ulthuan and Lustria so I can start messing up those other places in the world. Wow, these guys have 110 armor with that upgrade. That is crazy. Those are tanky. Damn. Alright. I actually haven't had a chance to really play this game since the update because Prophet and the Warlock was... Prophet and the Warlock turned out really, really well, but it definitely seems like it was kind of shoved out the door a little bit to give it some breathing... To give it and 3K some breathing room. And because of that... The of course DLC did not have like a ton of time between its release and or its update and Three Kingdoms coming out. So I have actually not have had time to play at all with any of the things that did get updated, which is pretty crazy. We got Ikit Claw on his Doom Wheel now. Very fitting. It's freaking claw arm. He's such a goof. Alright, let's Let's roll everyone into position. I don't see a great Doom Rocket yet. We'll wait until we get a really good one. Actually, I wonder if I can trick him. If I do this, is he gonna swarm in? Not as much as I hoped. I could try and hit Orion. If I could get a dead-on shot, he would probably die instantly, which would be nice because he's really, really tanky. But I don't want to waste it. Just gotta get my catapults in range. There we go. Everyone else can just move up as is appropriate.
Very good, master.
Yep. That was not the unit you were aiming at, but you hit something, so whatever. Let's put you all in guard stance. I'm happy to show the Wood Elves who is the king of long distance. Alright, this looks like a potential good time to get off a trap. Come here, Orion. Now. Oh, that was very inaccurate. That just flat out missed. Well, we killed the Dryads, but that's about it. Roast them. Alright, start wheeling in. Oh my lord, that is so many bullets. It's just scary to look at. One. More fire throwers. Let's start melting people. Send the rat ogres to start mowing down elves. Jezzails, let's focus the king in the wood. Start getting rid of all these stupid archer units. Do I have something that slows things? Oh no, I don't have something that slows things down, but I do have something that speeds things up. Oh damn, he's dead. I didn't even. I wasn't even paying attention. And Orion was already kaput. Dang. Yeah, those Jezzails were not messing around. We'll just let them open fire to their heart's content. Damn it.
Warpstone magic. Claw on button.
Red Ogre's putting in work. Alright. I still find it kind of funny that of all the races that have to do research to unlock their, like, super tier units, it ended up being the greenskins that have to do that, and not, like, you know, the Skaven, the actual race that does research to create new units. I mean, I'm kind of... I kind of hope that's a feature they remove from the greenskins, or at least maybe they make it, like, hardcore greenskin units, like Doom Divers, and, some kind of like super chariot or something. I feel like a Ragnarok being held behind tech is always weird. But, because, you know, the Skaven actually have had to do research to create their units. Granted, I wouldn't really want to deal with that feature. Alright, we're just going to take it at the minimal level just so I control this, ooh, nice. Just so I control this area. Leveled up, very nice. Let's see. Let's get... we'll go ahead and get Lightning Strike just to be safe, just in case we need it later. And then... we need to really focus on food production. Everywhere that we can. This place is going to need a stealth building, so I'm about to... minus 40. Where am I having a rebellion? Oh, Carrick Izor. Okay, it gets a lot closer to that, unfortunately.
Master Engineer! I say, move!
Really hope they consider checking some of the model work for the characters we have. Okay, this still... oh, this gives 2 food at least. Like, I think I like the Master Engineer from a perspective of... I like the Master Engineer in that, like, what he's capable of. Like, you know, he's a good Ruin Caster. He's got a little bit of a melee tree, if I remember right. And he's got a couple of nice power-ups. But I hate the fact that they don't have hands. I just hate it. I hate it so much. Like, I've been debating making a video about the things about the Prophet and the Warlock that I really don't like. But I don't want it to come off as, like, super bitchy or anything. I don't know. It's one of those things I need to think about. Because, like, overall, the DLC was really, really solid. And I think it was worth its price point. But there are some things that bother me about it that I'd like them to look into. Like, for instance, I hate that in Ten and Wands campaign, you have to do sacrifices in order to unlock the Regiments of Renown, which punishes you so much. Because, A, the sacrifice mechanic is really dumb, because it's an arbitrary number, when it should be based on your, like, I don't understand why they didn't just rip it from the slave mechanic. Because the slave mechanic is already a system where you get it based on the people you kill in battle, and you sacrifice those slaves in order to get certain bonuses or abilities, which in this case is creating the
Chief Warlock, Ikit Claw.
which for the Dark Elves is how they activate their rights. You know, you sacrifice slaves and you get more rights and stuff. But I don't know. It's just it's super strange to me that the oh my gosh, that the it just feels like well, that I don't. So I need to stay focused. That's something I really don't like. Like it really feels like they should do their best to hopefully rectify that at some point, make it so that it is more like the slave system. Because that would just make it a lot better, in my opinion. On top of that, we have issues like I would really, really like to see... Really? It takes 2 turns to build that? Huh. Isn't that strange? Let's get just a... Actually... Yeah, let's get a basic troop building. And let's... 3,000. Is that enough to get the Eshin building? It is. Nice. Wait. Oh no, I'm gonna upgrade this. Oh, warp lightning cannons. Yes, please. Oh, baby. Alright, these places seem vaguely under control.
Master Engineer.
I'm going to spend another turn healing up, and then I'm going to go start raiding through dwarf lands. Seems like the best use of time. But, anyway, so I really would like to see the Tin Wand sacrifice mechanic get fixed. I also think that the Tin Wand sacrifice thing needs to be fixed, because Ikit Claw and Scryer got, like, a whole nother set of brand new Regiment of Renown units that you get through his unique mechanic, which is, of course, the workshop. You know, if you finish enough stages of the workshop, you get to unlock another, I think it's 6 or 8 Regiments of Renown, which is awesome. So doesn't it stand to reason that Tin Wand should do the exact same thing, except for through his sacrifice chart? Like, he already has his sacrifice pyramid is like, oh, hey, you have to sacrifice units to unlock units, or sacrifice slaves or captives to unlock units. Great. But for him, instead of getting a whole bunch of new units that are campaign exclusive, like Ikit does or the Tomb Kings do, instead you're punished because that's just to get the basic Regiments of Renown, and it takes for fucking ever. And I hate it. Another thing I'd like to see fixed is graphics-wise, or like model-wise. I hate the way Tin Wand holds his plaque. The only model I think that Tin Wand holds his plaque correctly is when he's on the Ripperdactyl and maybe the Horned one, because he holds him from the he's supposed to hold them like he does on the model, right? Like a normal creature that breathes and eats and stuff. You know, hold him from the side like someone would who's actually held anything before. But for whatever reason, some of the animations have him holding it. Oh yeah, expand the Under Empire. Beautiful. Instead, they have him like holding it from super awkward angles. Like you have it on the on Tin Wand, he holds it from the bottom on like a stupid amount of maps. And it's just the goofiest looking thing, and I hate it. I hate it so much. Really, really, really would mean the world to me to see them fix the way Tin Wand holds that, because it literally is driving me crazy if I think about it too much. Which I'm sure most people's response will be, well, then just shut up and don't think about it, which, you know, fair point, but, you know, I'd like him to just, you know, look good. But, then on the Skaven side of things, I mean, most of the Skaven stuff feels done in a really, really good way. Whereas I think some of the Lizardman stuff feels like it was kind of rushed or just not that great. But
Flay and slay. Ikit's rockets are best. No.
Let's do chemical warp heads. Alright. But for, like, the Skaven, I like to see the Warlock Masters actually feel like they're Clan Scryer lords. Like, wouldn't it be nice if they had some kind of ranged weapon? Either, like, a warp fire thrower, like Ikit does, even though I feel like that would be raining on his parade a little bit. But wouldn't it be cool if they had, like, warp pistols? Or they had, like, a little mounted gun that they could shoot people with? Or they had, like, a miniature version of a rattling gun? Just some kind of shooting attack to make them feel like they're Clan Scryer characters. Because that bothers the shit out of me. Because in tabletop, if you ever took a Clan Scryer character, they would always either have a warp musket or warp lock pistol. And in this game, they just have like these goofy hand things, which make them look like they can't even operate on anything. Like, I don't know how they drive their fucking Doom wheels when they don't have hands. But I would really like to see them gain some kind of shooting attack. Just to make them more different. Because right now, I don't know, they feel like they're kind of this awkward halfway point between the Gracier and the Warlord. Which isn't necessarily bad, but I don't know. I'd like to see them be made a little bit more inventive. Unseasonable weather. Ooh, yikes. Alright, let's move into Karak Izor so we can deal with those peasants. And then Skaven Light's about to rebel. Ooh, let's bring you over for this then. That'll be free experience if nothing else. Drive fast. You see, I mean, like, look at him. How is he driving this thing? He doesn't have hands. See? Look, he's got these little, like, blade things. But even if you look under the blade things, he does not have hands. He has no fingers. He's got, like, Wolverine claws. Which, you know, I guess, if someone was trying to really get me to make a thought on it, I'd be like, oh, you know, he's probably controlling it with some kind of, like, insert device that he would have, you know, put there, and it would be a good idea and all that jazz, but it's still goofy looking. Alright, I think probably the best thing to focus on would be to get these places to make me as much money as possible. Alright, and then because you did that, the only place I have not expanded to is the Oak of Ages itself, and then the Crag Halls. And once I get those, we'll probably send this guy to Lustria, actually. But, real quick, I think we will take care of this rebellion. Oh, man, my food got nuked. We went from, like, plus 10 to, like, minus 30. But we're already at minus 14, so we've nearly recovered our food stock, which will be great, because in case you can't tell, the reason we're dealing with rebellions all of a sudden in a lot of places is probably because I have no food. So my public order is collapsing into the mud. I do feel like the food mechanic is a lot better now, though. I know a lot of people used to hate it, but I feel with the Under Empire, it's totally manageable resource and is actually a lot more interesting. I kind of wish they would make not having enough food, like if your empire is starving, I kind of wish they would make the punishment more harsh to kind of go with the idea that it's much, much easier now to control it. But in any event, we'll kind of do this last turn here in a moment. And then I'll stop it there, because there's no way in hell I'm going to upload this by 7. But I'll upload this as soon as it's done. Just because it's already 6:28, and this thing's going to have to go through probably like 10 minutes to 15 minutes of rendering if I'm lucky. Alright, so it looks like he's attacking Karagizor. And you know what? We'll actually stop it there, because I gotta go. So, thanks all for watching, guys. If you're enjoying Ikit Claw in particular, then you'll catch Ikit Claw episodes every Wednesday. Tic-Tac-Toe will be on Fridays, and Bordelot or Albrecht will be on Mondays. So thanks for watching, guys. Catch you next week for Ikit Claw, and we'll see you later today for the stream. Have a good day, guys.